So this data here, it shows the time that these people took when they were participating in this, what we call an obstacle race. Obstacle race is like they were blocking you for you to get to the finishing line. So there are people who took 4 minutes. There were two people who took 25 minutes. And then it's understandable. Actually, there are people like you need to finish the race. There are people blocking you. So some others, like they are sleeper, they will be able to get to the finish line faster than others. And then the first question says, how long in minutes did it take for the fastest member? How long did it take for the fastest members to complete the race? How long? It took them how many minutes? It took them 4. So we'll come and write, which, okay, it took them 4 minutes here. Okay, next, they say, which determine the mean time taken by this team. This is very important, the mean. Now, we know I mean both in using a calculator and not using a calculator. Let's start by not using a calculator. How do you get the mean if you're not going to use the calculator? We're going to say it's 4 plus 12 plus 13 plus 16 plus and so on and so on again. And then it means what you will tell them, okay, the mean is going to be given by, let's write it here. So we'll say mean is going to be given by, basically we're adding all these things here. You say 4 plus, someone with a calculator just add these things up. You say plus, 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 plus. And then I'm going to divide by the total number. The total number is how many? So you have 4 plus 12, no? Yes. Plus 13, plus 16, plus 17, plus 18, plus 18, plus 20, plus 22, plus 22, plus 25. Okay? This is going to be all over 10. Okay, if you type this in your calculator, what you get, the person who was using this, you get 16.9. Okay, let's type this is going to be what to be 16.9. Okay, now we need to know how to do it with our calculator. Okay? How do we do it using our calculator? We're going to go to the calculator, okay? And then we press mode. Okay? After pressing mode, we're going to press option number what? 3. Ne? And then option number 3, we're going to press what? 1. Now, our calculator should only have X, it shouldn't have X and frequency. Even if it has X and frequency, it doesn't matter. You'll put the X, the frequency, you'll put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You don't have to change that. Okay? Okay, the first value that we have is what? It's 4. Okay? And then how do you key in the data? You key in the data by pressing equals to. So you say 4 equals 2. And then after that, you have 12 equals to. 13 equals to. Okay? 16 equals to. 17 equals to. 18 equals to. 20 equals to 22 equals to 22 equals to 25 equals to we're done. All in all, they are 10. Okay? Now let's store our data. We're going to store our data. AC, and then we press shift and then we press 1 again. And then we go to var. If we go to var, we're going to press what? Option 4. And then which one is the standard deviation? It's 2 again. And then we press equals to. And then it says which our mean is going to be equal to what? 16.90. Yeah, if we're rounding to 2 decimal places. And then they're going to give us 2 marks for that. Okay, let's go to number 2 then. On number 2, what do they want? They want the standard deviation. Okay? How do you get the standard deviation? Calculator. Let's go to our calculator. AC again, again. And then we want standard deviation. What are we going to press? We press shift again. And then we press 1. Which one do we want? 4. Yes. And then we're going to press option 3 equals to. And then it says with the standard deviation is going to be 5,65. Okay, we get another 2 marks here. Okay, now on number 4, they say how many members of the team completed the obstacle race outside 2 standard deviation from the mean. So we want to know how many of these people are going to complete the race outside 2 standard deviation from the mean. Now, what do we mean by that? We spoke about this when we're busy with our group data. We said we can have above, we can have between, and then we can have below again. So what do they want? They want people who are within 2 standard deviation from the mean. And then how do you get that? You're going to get it by doing the following then. You're going to say, okay, I can have mean minus 2 standard deviation. And then I can also have mean. The other option that I have, I can also have mean plus 2 standard deviation. Why 2 standard deviation? I get they said 2 standard deviation. Are they always going to say 2 standard deviation? No, they can say within 1 standard deviation sometimes. Sometimes they can say 2 standard deviation. Now we know what is the standard deviation again. What is the standard deviation? It's 16,90 again. Minus 2 multiplied by the standard deviation, which is 5,65. Again. And then you want to know which one is going to be the answer for this one. Someone type this one for us. And then we're also going to do this one. We're going to have 16,90 plus here. We add. Plus 2 multiplied by 5,65. So what do we get for the minimum value? What is the lowest value that we can have? We have what? It's 5,1,6. Okay, what is the biggest value that we can have? We're going to put it this side. What is the biggest value that we can have? Is what? It's 28,1,2. Okay. Now, guys, here you can have values that are below. Any value which is below 5,5, any value which is below 5,56, we say which is below 2 standard deviation. Can you give me an example of a value which is below 5,6? What would be a value below 5,6? 4 can be below 5,6 again. And then there are values which are going to be within. What do I mean when I say within? It means within the value is between 5,6 and what and 28,2. So that value is within. Can you give me a value which is within? 5,7 is within again. And then you can also say 20. 20 is within again. But anything above 20, anything, if we go to 29, 29 is going to appear above 2 standard deviation. So what are we going to do with this thing here? We're going to go to each and every value, and then we check which way does it fall. Does it fall? It can either fall within, below, and above. Those are the 3 questions that they can ask us. The value can either be below, again, within, or what, or above. Go to 4. Let's start with 4. Where do you find 4? Below. Let me write it here with a different color so that you'll remember. 4. Below. We have below, okay? And then here we have what? Within. And then here we have what? Above. Let's go with 4. Where would you find 4? We'll put an X here to represent which we have 4 there. The next value is what? 13 again. Yeah. Where do you find 13? Within. Within. What is the next value? The next value is 12 again. Where do you find 12? Within again. Where do you find 16? Where do you find 17? Where do you find 18? Where do you find 20? Where do you find 22? Where do you find 22? Where do you find 25? It's still within again. Now, how many values are within all in all? How many values are within? There are 9 again. How many values are below? It's 1 again. How many, like another way that they can use, they can say how many values are outside the standard 2 standard deviation. It's 1 again. Now, if they are talking about outside, you check the ones which are below and the ones which are what are above. So let's go to the question, man. Let's answer the question. It says how many team members completed the obstacle race outside? Again, we don't want within, but we want what? Outside. So how many completed outside the 2 standard deviation? Yeah, we'll tell them which one of the team members completed outside. Are we together then? Okay. Now, no, it's ungrouped this one. Now, I am going to give you this one, activity number 1, as a homework, activity number 2 as a homework, activity number 3 as a homework. But before that, I can